we go. I'm back with another one. What's up, everybody? How was your New Year's? I hope everybody had a blast. Oh my goodness. Here I am. I'm out right now doing Uber Eats. So just wanted to check back in because last time was what's it called? I was doing the New Year's. Focus. All right. I was doing the New Year's vlog. I say it's a vlog because it was kind of long and I didn't expect it to be that long, but I guess because I kept doing little clips, I just wanted to add them all in, and I don't know, I'm still like new at editing, so just cutting the video short. I didn't know where to cut or what to cut. I was so tired, you know. I was up till 8:30 in the morning. For some reason the Wi-Fi little adapter, they broke, so then I didn't have any Wi-Fi on my computer, so I had to order some things. But I did do the CapCut. Yeah, I did do CapCut. I wanted to kind of do like a little video on how to do CapCut for beginners, because I'm a beginner and I'm gonna do all the mistakes that y'all probably clicking on the stuff that you're making, all the mistakes that I'm making. But I wanted to show y'all a little bit of that. But you know, it's hard to find like motivation to like sit there and put a camera and then speak to you guys. It's just I'm not used to doing it, but I'm gonna try to do that next time. Maybe when I do edit this one, maybe I don't need to edit this one, because honestly I just want to do like a 20-minute video. I'm out on the road. I have a lot on my mind, you know. Life be lifing, you know, for everybody. I feel like, you know, for us that have to work really hard and you know, pay the rent and make sure the kids are good, and you know, barely have any money left over for yourself at the end of the week, is kind of, you know, why I'm doing this YouTube. You know, I would suggest that everybody try YouTube. Why not? Like, there is space for everybody if you're interested enough, or not even, like if you show people stuff that they need, especially like changing a tire. Change a tire, put it on a YouTube, you know, on the YouTube platform, and I bet you'll get some views on that, because some people don't know how to do that, you know. So, you know, I fixed my car a few times because doing Uber, my car breaks down and I don't want to pay these outrageous prices for the mechanics and stuff like that. So yeah, get on YouTube. Everybody hop on, like Dante London, he said, hop on and do some YouTube, because if you don't get the money, it's out there, so we can't complain, you know. I'm trying. This is my like second video that I'll put up. It's hard, like I made another video, but I haven't even looked at that video. I have to sit down and kind of edit that one, or see if I need to edit or not, and then put that one out also on here. Because I'm trying to do this every day, you know. I'm trying to like post every day. Like, let's go. It's time to get this. And I know it's going to take some time, you know, for it to pop off or whatever. I'm patient, you know. I've gone through so much in my life. This is something that, you know, I'm trying out to see how it goes, you know. I've seen a few people on here. I'm following them and watching their journey on, you know, starting their new channel and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that it works out for all of us, because it'll be a blessing, you know. All this stuff with AI and, you know, it's just like, who knows? They're going to take over our jobs, and then soon we won't have a job. So if you have your YouTube channel, then maybe that way you could be, you know, have a platform, and then maybe start a small business, something you enjoy doing, you know. I feel like if you have a hobby or something like that, then maybe that hobby will turn into a business for you, and you can have your platform where you could offer people your you know, offer people your products. And people buy stuff all the time, so why not, the people that follow you, they can support you in that way, But I'm here, I'm just gonna drop this food off, and then I can continue talking to you guys. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so as I was saying, people will support you, if you start a business. So just get out there, put your YouTube on. It'll be memories for you and your family. Why not, And it's freedom, like, I know that Uber is not, YouTube is not consistent with, let's say, how people always say, like, oh, YouTube money be like up and down, up and down. So until I get up there, like up where you're comfortable, then in the meantime, you can either stick with your 9 to 5, do gig work like Uber, DoorDash, even like the shopping one, what's it called? Instacart. Walmart has one too. It's called Spark. They have an app. Oops. I keep forgetting. I'm like, oh my God, this light is on. I need to turn off the light before the police pull me over. No, I'm kidding. But, I've been doing it on times where it's not like too crowded on the roads. It's fine. It's fine. Either way. But yeah, do YouTube. Get on here so we can get to know you. Some people say that they get, they think that they're boring. They have nothing going on in their lives. Just showing where you are, what you do. Take a walk. Speak about life, about what you've been through, or give advice to people, giving advice to people, things like that. But I feel like anything's possible. It's just, I've seen so many like small YouTubers, small channels, and they just speak, and I'm sitting here, I'll listen to them. I'll just sit there and just listen to what they have to say, because we can all learn from each other, and if we build this community, it's like, it's huge, so that's one of my like dreams, is to build a community, because I don't have like family that I'm close to at all, so I never had that in my life except for my siblings. But now me and my siblings, we're not close. So, and that's okay, that's a life, right? So, you try, and then if it doesn't work, then you can't just make it work, right? Just because you're family. So you basically continue with life, as sad as it is, you continue with life, and try to make your own family, build a community that understands you, build a community that that you can go to, you talk to, and they understand you, and we can relate, because we can help each other. Like, there's so many people out there that just feel alone, like, why not? Like, this will be a perfect, situation. Like, get yourself on YouTube, and you can find people that in your comments that can support you or even give you advice. Why not? Let's do YouTube. Let's do it. I know this lighting is hard for me because this is the time I'm up. Like last night, I was up all night. All morning, I mean. Trying to edit. That's why Dante London, he was like, don't edit. Just, speak. Which, it's hard to like come up with things to, but I talk a lot as it is. I feel like I do, yeah. Because I have so many things that run through my mind, What about this? What about that? So life, Oh, let's see. All right, so I got Uber Eats. I'm headed to Papa John's. I forget how much it was, but it was like, I think it was like 9 miles for $10.75, something like that, $10.75. So that's not horrible. It's pretty slow today, so I'm doing that, picking up some food, because I'm not getting any like rides. I'm not getting them really, so I'm just doing Uber Eats right now. But I'd be listening to The Breakfast Club on YouTube, because I like the YouTube one because they don't have they don't have any commercials, or they don't play music. Like, it's just like what they speak about. So if it's basically a podcast radio show, and they'd be having some guests. So there was this guy, he's like, yeah, he has a podcast. I don't know his name exactly, but I'm gonna show y'all in a second what the Breakfast Club thing looks like, their title, so maybe y'all can look it up later, and y'all can listen to it. But I like this guy because I don't know, it's like he knows a lot about like therapy and stuff like that. So like, we're all trying to figure it out, and we're all always trying to be perfect, you know. And I feel like we think life is supposed to look a certain way, but it's so cliche, you know. It's like, oh, you have to be married, you have to have the white picket fence, and you have to have a man, you have to have beautiful kids, and your life needs to be perfect. But it's really, you know, it's okay. Nobody's ever really perfect, you know. But I'm going to play a little bit of what I was just listening to, so y'all get the gist of what he's talking about.
Thing about the point you just made, and I hope this is what someone takes away from this as well, is I think a lot of us in our minds, when we do introspect, we're quite heavy and harsh on ourselves. I think a lot of people are walking around with a internal inner critical voice that is completely making them feel terrible. And so when anyone says something externally, it's worse. And I just want to remind people that you can't hate yourself into change. Like, you can't guilt yourself into growth. You can't blame yourself into a breakthrough. When was the last time you changed who you were because someone hated you? Never. When was the last time you supported someone you hate deeply? So if you're hating, blaming, guilting yourself, it may get you started, but it won't get you there. And so anyone who's giving themselves a hard time, I'm not saying to give yourself an easy time, but that inner grace, that inner forgiveness is such an important part of you actually becoming better. So you're not doing it because you're trying to take it easy on yourself. You're doing it because it's going to let you get through the hard times.
The most important thing, I think, for a lot of people is back to what you said with forgiveness and grace, right? A lot of things that we do is learned behavior, right? Why do people pop their children? Usually because they got popped as a child, you know? A lot of the things that we learned and we were taught were up.
Yeah, there's that famous quote you just reminded me of that says, by the time you realize that your parents are right, your kids are telling you that you're wrong. And it's that awkward position that we end up in. But you know what's really interesting about that? I was talking to someone about this at dinner last night, and there's this old story that I heard a while ago, and it's always resonated with me, even with my own childhood, not in particular, but in essence. So the story goes that these two men were interviewed, and one was an alcoholic and the other one had never drunk alcohol, and they were brothers. And they interviewed them, and then they asked the one who drank alcohol and was an alcoholic, he said, "Why are you an alcoholic?" He said, "My dad was an alcoholic." And then they asked the other brother, "Why don't you drink?" And he said, "My dad was an alcoholic." And so I think a lot of us got an education in what not to do, but we ended up repeating it instead of breaking the cycle. And I feel like in my life, I got a great education in a lot of my areas of life in what not to do and who not to be. And I took all those little notes down, and I think that's what's improved my life. So I think if we're constantly waiting for the perfect example and the perfect space and the perfect surroundings and the perfect aunt and uncle and the perfect parent, it's like, we may be waiting forever because no one's perfect.
Right.
So we almost have to make a list of what not to do, but what not to do.
But also how to. That's why podcasts like On Purpose is so important. That's why podcasts like, Debbie Brown, Deeply Well is so important, because we learn how to, break a lot of these cycles.
Yep, his name is Jay Shetty, Jayshety. He's really popular. You've probably seen him on YouTube. He has a podcast, and I don't know, he's just very intelligent, like in regards to like therapeutic stuff. We all need that because we have so many patterns and like cycles in our life that we have to break, because that's what got us in this situation right now too, like struggling or having to work really, really hard because our parents always told us work really, really hard. If not, we need to make things easier on ourselves, because this isn't life. Working paycheck to paycheck, 9 to 5. There's basically no education on how to deal with life, and like I think they mentioned it too, that there's no like specific thing that you need to learn to know it exactly, because it's just life is gonna be life. You just gotta deal with it as it goes. But if you could have some type of tools to like make your life easier, then I would I would listen to that. And that's why he was talking about those other podcasts. You listen to those podcasts because they're probably gonna help out with how we can change our cycle, So I'm about to go pick up some Papa John's. Let me go in quick. But I wanted to share that with you guys, and I kind of showed you you can screenshot the Breakfast Club information. You can follow them or subscribe, whatever it is. They have millions of people already on their platform, so it's more like I like to listen to them. They post every like Monday to Friday. So, but I'll be back. Okay, got the Papa John's. Somebody got pizza. Here we go. I put it in the bag so it doesn't get cold. I usually put it in my pizza bag, but this one's small. It's in my car all the time, like in the front, so like that it's easier to get to. So I know I can fit it in here. Here we go. Alright, 4 minutes away. Let's deliver this pizza. I look at the instructions on here. It says leave at door, so that's nice and easy. Put my seatbelt on so it doesn't beep. But I hope you guys enjoyed the that podcast, because we all need to hear some positive reinforcement in our lives. I feel like that helps a lot, because I feel like if you don't go to church, that in church you go there and you sing and you be around people, and most of the time it's a positive environment. When the pastor preaches, it's like positive, he's saying positive things, and that kind of reinforces your week. So us missing that every week, like, I feel like it's kind of like what we need. We need to listen to some positive reinforcement, either read the Bible or like look for positive things. I want to get art for my house, because I want to get like things that say positive, like quotes and things like that, because it's good to have like that around your house. So even though like you see it every day and you're like, okay, I know that painting, I know that. It's like when you're a kid, you see this painting your mom had. Like my mom used to have one. It was like, it had like Bible verses on it with Jesus on it. But that helped mentally. I think it prepared my mind. It's like, oh my God, that's in there. Like I knew that Bible verse just because of that, and it's a positive thing. So try to have some positive reinforcement every day. they say wake up in the morning and say 5 positive things about your life, or 5 things you're grateful for every day, because that'll get you in a happier mood, you know. Anything that'll help you boost your, you know, because life is tough sometimes, but I've learned to, you know, try to keep positive, because, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, positive, whatever, but positive is where it's at, you know. I've practiced it for a while now, and if I'm not the way I am right now. I think I'd be sad or crying somewhere, or you know what I mean. But everything switched. My whole life is switched up, you know. So just a little advice: positivity. It does take time to get used to being positive, because a lot of people say, well, you're saying this. Well, guess what? We're not perfect, all right? Or you're not being so positive. You're not like answering my call, or that's not too positive. Guess what? I'm not, you know, there's certain things that people try to throw at you to try to throw you off, but you stick to, you know, whatever makes you happy. Because if I don't answer my phone, it's probably because I'm not in the mood to deal with any negativity, you know. You don't have to deal with somebody that's negative towards you, you know. And I have cut off some people, you know, because I don't want to hear, or I don't want them in my life, because they make me sad. Why would I want them in my life if they make me sad? I can't talk to you. You make me feel crappy. So yeah, just hang in there. Life is tough, but guess what? If you look at it as it's never gonna change, or life is always gonna be rough and all this stuff, then that's probably what's gonna happen, you know. So I'm trying to find this person's house, so give me 1 minute. Okay, I found it. It was like, you park in this parking lot here, and you have to go around the buildings. Like, there's 4 different apartments. It's a weird setup, but at least he pointed me in the right direction. Either way. Hello. Alright, so yeah, it's very important to learn about yourself, and that way you can help your family, your children, your grandkids, your great grandkids. They could all, you know, what's the word you say? They can all like gain a lot of, not money, but wealth, you know, mental wealth from it. Either way. Okay. If you teach your kids, then your grandkids will learn about it, and they learn, you know, and they all become, you know, mentally free. This is what I'm getting offered. You can screenshot it. It's 12 miles, so it'll take me 17 minutes to get there. And then you go 3.6 miles, and that's 7 more minutes. For like $8. Like, no thank you. I think it said $8. I can't remember. So I don't like taking those trips, because you drive 17 minutes, and if the customer decides, you know what, I don't want to go, I don't want to take this cab, then they cancel, and guess what happens? You got like $4, and you drove like 17 minutes. You know what I mean? So I don't like that. I like to, like, if they're close enough, then I'll go there. All right, guys. Well, I'm testing this thing out 30 days at least, see how it goes, and then and if it's going well, then I'm just gonna continue doing it. But this is what I'm gonna be doing. If you guys have any questions about Uber or doing gig work, let me know, and post it in my comments. Give me some comments, say hello, or let me know if you have any suggestions, or any advice about YouTube. We're all trying to learn here, so any advice, good or bad, just let me know. But I'm gonna cut this video here. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, possibly. I have to do this every day. I have to, but I hope that the message helps somebody, because we all need to hear some type of sort of positivity advice. But wish me luck tonight, because it's pretty decent, but it's getting slow right now. Let's see how it goes. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night or good morning.